Do you think he will ever find a real job? My mother whispered to my sister. But I discovered the secret my husband kept for 3 years. It happened at our anniversary dinner in a beautiful penthouse. My family was there, laughing at my husband, Rowan. They said he was lazy and useless. They said I made a big mistake marrying him. I felt so ashamed. I wanted to cry. Suddenly, the elevator doors opened. A woman in a sharp suit walked in. She walked straight to my husband. Everyone stopped talking. She bowed her head and said, "Mr. Chairman, your helicopter is ready." The room went silent. My mother dropped her glass. Who was this man I married? Let me tell you the truth. My name is A1, and I have been married to Rowan for 3 years. To my family, he was a failure. He had no job. He stayed home all day. My father said, "He is a burden." My sister said, "You deserve better, A1." They humiliated him every chance they got. At family dinners, they would ask, "Rowan, did you find work yet?" and then laugh. Rowan would just smile and say, "I am looking." I defended him sometimes. I said, "He is trying." But secretly, I felt shame too. I started to believe their words. Maybe I did marry the wrong man. We lived in a small, old apartment. The paint was peeling off the walls. The elevator in our building was always broken. I worked long hours as a teacher to pay our rent. Rowan would have dinner ready for me when I came home. He was kind, but my heart was heavy with disappointment. One night, I came home exhausted. I saw a glossy magazine on the table. The cover showed a man in a dark suit. He looked familiar. The title said, "The Mystery Tycoon Who Owns Half the City." I looked closer. The man's eyes were exactly like Rowan's. But that was impossible. I shook my head and threw the magazine away. It was just a coincidence. But a small seed of doubt was planted in my mind. What if Rowan was hiding something? I decided to watch him more closely. Our third wedding anniversary was coming. My mother insisted on a party. She booked a private room in a high-rise restaurant with a beautiful skyline view. I knew why. She wanted to show everyone how poor we were. She wanted to embarrass Rowan one last time. I begged Rowan not to go. "They will hurt you again," I said. He just held my hand. "Let's go, A1. It will be okay." At the dinner, my family was crueler than ever. My uncle pointed at Rowan's simple shirt and laughed. "Is this your anniversary gift? A new shirt would be nice." My sister said, "Maybe he can get a job as a waiter here." I felt my face burn with shame. I looked at Rowan. He was calm. He looked out at the city view from the balcony. Then my father stood up. I have an announcement, he said loudly. I am selling my company. I have a buyer. A real businessman. He looked at Rohan with disgust. Not like some people. Just then, the elevator dinged. The doors opened. A woman in an expensive suit walked in. She was holding a tablet. She walked past my shocked family and went straight to Rohan. She bowed slightly. Mr. Chairman, she said clearly, the documents for the acquisition are ready. Also, your private jet is on the rooftop helipad. The room was deathly quiet. My father's face turned white. Chairman, he whispered. Rohan stood up. He looked different. Taller. His eyes were sharp. He took the tablet from the woman. Thank you, Miss Sharma, he said. Then he looked at my father. You said you have a buyer for your company. That buyer is me. My company bought yours this morning. My mother screamed. I could not breathe. The secret was out. The truth was like a storm. Rohan was not unemployed. He was the chairman of a huge technology company. He had built it from nothing. For 3 years, he lived in a small apartment with me. He wore cheap clothes. He let my family insult him. Why? He wanted to see if I loved him for who he was, not for his money. He wanted to see if my family's love was real. It was a test. And my family failed. They fell to their knees, begging for forgiveness. My father cried, I didn't know. Forgive me. My sister grabbed Rohan's arm. We are family. Rohan pulled his arm away. His voice was cold. You are not my family. You never were. Then he turned to me. His eyes were soft, but sad. Ayan, I am sorry I lied. But I needed to know the truth about everyone. Do you hate me? I was shaking. I felt so many emotions. Anger for the lie. Shock at the truth. But also, relief. The man I married was not a failure. He was strong and smart. But did I love him? I looked at my family, crawling on the floor. I looked at Rohan, standing tall. I don't hate you, I whispered. But I need time. He nodded. I understand. He handed me a key. This is for the penthouse. It is yours, whatever you decide. Then he walked to the elevator. The doors closed, and he was gone. I was left alone with my crying family and a single, golden key. That was 1 year ago. I am standing on the terrace of the penthouse now, looking at the city lights. The view is incredible. I used this year to think. I forgave Rohan for his secret. I understand why he did it. Love must be tested sometimes. The real lesson is about value. My family saw value only in money and status. They were blind to Rohan's kindness and strength. They judged him by his clothes and job title. They were wrong. True value is inside a person, in their heart and actions. Rohan showed me that. I have not seen my family since that night. They are too ashamed. But Rohan and I talk. We are rebuilding our trust slowly. He is no longer hiding. He is the man I always hoped he could be. And I am no longer the woman who felt shame. I am strong. The English lesson from my story is this: never judge a person by what you see on the outside. The most valuable things are often hidden. And true love sees the real person inside.